All right, my man, state your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
My name is Ivan, and I'm on Real Talk with Nick.
That's what's up, man. Nick fan.
I'm a Knick fan.
All right. So as we speak about the Knicks of today, do you like the direction the Knicks is going?
Yes, I see progress. Maybe with one or two other players, I think we can go all the way.
You think so?
Yes.
And when you speak of one to two other players, what position do you think the Knicks need?
I think we need to get another center. And even though, like, the center that got injured,
Talking about Mitchell Robinson.
yes, he got injured. I would like to get rid of him for one reason. He always injured. So I'll take my chances on a new big man.
Isaiah Hardesty.
He stays.
Now, it's funny you said that about Mitchell, right?
Yes.
Because he is beloved. New
I
Yorkers.
love Mitchell. I love Mitchell. He's a very good player. I love him. But the reason why I will get rid of him is because his consistency. He don't spend enough time on the court. He spend more time injured. And it seems to me like it's the same knee that keep getting injured. So I will get rid of him.
And before, I think it was that ankle surgery he had also.
Ankle surgery, then he have another ankle problem. To me, too many problems. And for him in the future, I only see more ankle problems. So I want a new big man.
And you know what's crazy? Mitchell Robinson been with the Knicks for 6 seasons.
Yes.
He only played 320 games
Yes.
and averaged, if you tally up his points throughout his career with the Knicks, it's only 8 points.
Yes. And that's not a good thing to be for a winning team. He's a good intimidator, but as far as scoring points, he's not that good. I want a big man who can score and intimidate block shots.
Well, Isaiah Hardesty, he came with us, what? This is first year or second?
Second year. But he's a hustler, and I like his game. He plays hard, and he can score, and he can block shots. See, I will stick with him. As a Knick, if we want to win a championship, like I said, we just need another big man.
Another big man.
Yes.
Now, when you first heard that Mitchell Robinson was going to play a backup center to Isaiah Hardesty,
Yes.
was that the writing on the wall that the Knicks was getting ready to
It was
consider him as trade bait?
I think so. They treat him as trade bait. But if I was in management, like I said, even though Knicks fan love him and I love him, I'll have to get another player. Because we cannot win a championship with him being on the bench or him injured. So we need another big man. And make a trade for another big man. I'll keep the Villanova 3.
Wow. Speaking of the Villanova,
Yes.
when we speak of that of Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson,
Yes.
would you like to see the missing piece, which would be Mikal Bridges?
Yes.
Do you think he would be a good fit to come to the Knicks?
Well, I think he'll be a good fit because he's a very good player. He's a scorer, he's a defensive player.
When we speak of that of Mikal, right?
Yes. We need somebody else that, if you double team Brunson, you have to worry about DiVincenzo, Hart, and the new player. So we need another piece. But I think the Knicks can go far with another piece to Brunson and another center.
Another center.
To back up Einstein.
Now, when you speak of Jalen Brunson, man, what's his takeaway? I mean, we all know what he can do, but if you was to critique his game, what would you like to see more of concerning Jalen Brunson?
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, I would like to see him pass the ball more, give up the ball, and get it back rather than keeping it all the time. Because I don't care how good old basketball player you is. If you keep the ball too long, you're going to get double teamed and you don't get problems. So keep the ball moving, keep moving.
So you don't think, I'm going to play devil's advocate, right?
Yes.
You don't think that, because you say you would like to see him pass more.
Pass more, yes. Don't hold on
but what if he don't have nobody to pass the ball to? Do you think that was the situation, or do you think he just need to learn to pass more often?
I think he needs to learn to give up the ball and don't hug the ball, and he'll get it back. But sometimes we need him to shoot because the other players keep missing. And if anyone of the other players is wide open and he passed the ball to them and missed the shot, at least it was a good shot. Even though they missed it, they was open. And and they just got to learn to shut up themselves.
Okay. Now, when we speak of the coach, Tom Thibodeau, are you high on Tom Thibodeau as a Knick coach? Do you
No,
like his style?
no. He's a good coach, but I'm not high on him. I believe when you win it, you play in the game, you see you winning the game, you're up by 10, 15, 20 points. You should take Brunson, Vincenzo, take the good guys out the game. Because it's a game you see you got in the books. Do not run them in the crowd. You got to know when to rest them and when to play them. Because I don't think they're out there trying to make scoring, to be the scoring championship of the NBA. They're out there trying to win a game, and it's the coach's job to know when to rest them and when to play them.
So, do you think that was the reason why the Knicks had them all them injuries, accumulated all them injuries?
Yeah, it could have been played him. Yeah, it could have been they played him too much. Like I said, the star players, once you see the game is in hand, whether you have 4 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go, take them out the game. Play the guys on the bench, make them own the money, and he'll give them playing time. So when they come into a real game next time, they got a playing experience. They can't got guys sitting on the bench. Because if you're coaching a team, everybody's gonna go there and shoot every day. But there's 100 shots. You gotta learn to shoot. And I expect you, if you get the ball and you're wide open, whether it's a 3-point shot or 2-point shot, if you're wide open, I expect you to make a shot. At least I give you 50% shooting, 1 out of 2. You shouldn't be taking 10 shots and only make 3. That's 30%. You're the professional player. And if your game is not good, I feel like it's your duty to go somewhere in the gym by yourself with a coach or somebody to go with you, pass you the ball, and practice on your weaknesses and try to get better.
Well, the word is Tom Thibodeau is a no-nonsense coach, and he evaluates his players during practice. So what they do in practice determines how much minutes they're going to get
in the game. And like in basketball, sometimes it's a game of, a guy may go out there one day, he take 10 shots, he miss 8. Another day he go out there, he take 10 shots, he make 9. So if you got to have a guy in the game and you see he's hot, I say ride him. Ride him. Keep giving him the ball. Because some days you're going to be smoking and some days you're going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
So when a guy got it going, ride him.
Okay.
Then you see start missing, then you change him. But don't take him out or keep him from shooting when you see he's on. Some days you can't miss. I come out here sometimes shooting, I take 10 shots and make 8, 9. I say, wow, I had a good day. Another day I come out here, take 10 shots, I make 4.
So you say that to say that strategy that Tom Thibodeau's having during practice is not a good one.
It's not a good practice for in-game. In-game and practice is a different situation. The guy who is making shots in-game, you have to ride him. Especially, and if I was a coach, I tell all my players, if you're wide open, I don't want you to pass the ball unless you got a man under the basket for a layup. But I want you to have confidence in yourself where you take the shot. You know you can make 6 out of 10, that's 60%. 7 out of 10, that's 70%. You got to have confidence in yourself. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you shouldn't be an NBA player. Because, that's your job and you should want to be the best at what you do.
Okay. When I speak of a player like Deuce McBride, what comes to mind?
Well, Deuce McBride, I would like from him, I like him, consistency. I would like a player, I know if he play in a game, he get 30 minutes. In the 30 minutes, he should give me at least 15, 16 points per game. Not 10 today, 26 tomorrow, next week, and the other game you can't give me 10. I'm expecting on my players, especially my main players, starting 5, to average at least 15 points a game.
So you think that's Deuce McBride's problem?
Yes, he don't have consistency. He make big shots, exciting shots. I like to see him play, but you can be up and down. I want you to be average, level. Say we put him in the game, we could count on him to make 16 points, 15 points. Because I know I look at a lot of games, the scoring sheet, and the team that have the most players in double figures usually win the game. You may have two guys on your team score 30, 40 points, but the other team have 7 guys that give you 12, 16, 15, and they adds up just as much as the guy who scored 40, and they win the game. So I want consistency in my starting 5. And the guy don't come off the bench. You're coming off the bench, if I give you, like I say, 15 minutes in a game, you got to give me at least 8, 10 points. I'm not settling for 2 points. Otherwise, that's what I'll do. I'll bench you. The guys who won't score, they're going to get benched. The guy who's scoring, going to get played. I don't care how much money you make. It's about winning the game and scoring. Another thing, you got to learn to shoot free throws.
That was Mitchell Robinson problem.
Yes, you got to learn to make free throws because you're in the basket. And you see how the guy from Milwaukee, the center, the big guy, I'll tell him what name. You see how long he takes to shoot a basket? A free throw? He take like almost 20 seconds, 24 seconds to shoot a free throw. So
when you say that, who's speaking of? Mitch?
No, from Milwaukee. The big guy. From Greece. The Greek freak.
Yeah.
You see how long he take to shoot a free throw? He take like 20 seconds. But my thing is, when it comes to free throws, everybody on the team, you have to make the free throws. I'm expecting at least 60-70% of this free throw shooting, no less than that.
So that's the game within the game.
Yeah, because a lot of time you lose the game by 2 points, 5 points, but you miss 10 free throws.
Is it safe to say the New York Knicks lost the series to the Indiana Pacers because of the free throws?
I would say that, yes. Yes, the free throws. Because a lot of the game was very close. We lost by 1 point or 2 points. But if you count out the free throws that we miss, if we make our free throws, we win the games. So free throws is a big part of the game. You can't be missing free throws.
I'm going to mention another player, and you tell me whether you feel he's injury prone. Julius Randle.
Yeah, I like my man Julius too. But he's injured. I say he's injury prone too because we need him in the playoffs. We need him in the regular season, but especially when it comes to the playoffs. He can't have one of our leading scorer or second leading scorer sitting on the bench because of the injuries. That alone will prevent us from going further to winning the championship.
So you think it's time for him to go too?
If I could get a good player to replace him, I'll say yes, he can go. He can go, because it ain't about love, like, or what. I've been waiting for next championship for a long time, and it's unbearable. But this year was a very good year. And I tell every Knick fan, I used to gamble. If he was betting on the Knicks, every game they play to win, this year you come out ahead because we win more games than we lost. So you'll be ahead. For all the guys who bet on the Knicks,
right,
they will be ahead of the game. One game at a time.
Now, sir, I'm not asking your age,
Yeah, well, I'll tell you my age.
How old?
July the 21st, I'll be 75.
75?
Yes.
You look good for your age.
God is good.
Okay. Now, 75.
Yes.
That means you was alive.
Yes.
You was about 25 years old when the Knicks won the championship.
Clyde, Willis Reed, the Busher, Bradley, all those was my guys. I like the way they play. They hustle, fight.
I was about to ask you, what was the difference between that team back then, the Ewing team, and the team we have today?
Well, to me, the Willis Reed team, Fraser team, they had more togetherness. They play as a team, and they all play hard. And, you could expect Willis Reed to do his thing. Bradley, I used to like Bradley game. He was a catch-and-shoot guy. He moves around the court to give him the ball. He's wide open, bam. He don't hold the ball, dribble the ball. He was a scorer. The Bishop, he's a rough house. He battled for rebounds, he scored. He could block shots. They had guys who hustle, but they play as a unit, one. the place to win. And then we had our man Clyde. Then we had Monroe. We just had a good team. But
Now, how bad was Clyde? If you no. People's trying to say the talks in New York is if Jalen Brunson was to get a chip,
yeah,
right, which he almost did, he came close,
yes.
that he'll be in talks with Clyde.
Well,
You can't put him in the conversation with
no,
Clyde?
not with a love with Clyde. 'Cause Clyde went up a lot against a lot of great players. He went up against the best. So I wouldn't put him with Clyde. Clyde was a good, what you say, he controls the game. He was a good backcourt man. One of the best the Knicks ever had. Backcourt guy. And Clyde can score and he can play defense. And these guys he was a master of the game. So I wouldn't put him in the class with Clyde.
So if it was a matchup between Clyde Frazier and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, they was like, they said the same age or whatever.
Yeah, and they had to play against each other like Clyde had to play against Earl the Pearl Monroe.
Yes. Well,
how would that be? What you think the matchup would be?
I would still go for Clyde. Earl the Pearl, he had a lot of moves and all that, a lot of dribbles, spins and all that. But I'll go with substance. I'll go with Clyde.
But what about Jalen Brunson's footwork?
Jalen Brunson, no saying he's good. But guess what? If Clyde playing defense against him, it's a different story because most of the point guards or shooting guards, they can't play defense. To me, they don't play defense. They don't stay for the man. They're always chasing and fouling. You know what I'm saying? They don't move the feet enough to me playing defense. They don't move the feet. And even switching, another thing, they don't know how to set screens. Every time they set the screen, is a foul, it's a moving screen. When you set a screen, you gotta wait. You're not supposed to get called for foul setting a screen. But like I said, these guys don't know the fundamentals. So every time they set the screen, they move. Our man score, but the basket don't come because he commit a foul, turn the ball over.
Okay.
So to me, that's not knowing the game. You should never be called for foul for a moving screen. Never.
Right.
And a lot of times they do it.
Now,
yeah.
In the era we speaking about, right, with Clyde Frazier, there was love for the game.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that there's not love for the game today, but when you see these players getting the bag, man, getting these enormous amount of money.
Yes.
Speaking of the situation with OG and Anunoby.
Yes.
You heard about OG?
OG.
Now, OG and Anunoby, came from Toronto. We had to give up RJ Barrett.
Yes.
Emmanuel quickly. Now he has a player option worth $19 million.
Yes.
Word is he's seeking to decline it to seek a max contract worth $145 million.
Yes.
My question to you, sir, should the Knicks grant him that?
Yes, because if they don't grant him it, another team will be glad to snatch him up. And nobody, he's a player, he's a hustler. He hustles, he blocks shots, he gets rebounds, and he plays hard. And I like a guy who give it, to me, he give it like 95%. I like a guy who play that kind of game.
Would you consider him injury prone?
No, I wouldn't consider him injury prone.
Because he came to us hurt.
Hurt, yeah. And maybe, like I said, they're getting a coach. In games that we know we could win, or we know we win it, he could have been rested instead of playing. Certain players, like a player like that, you got to rest him. Let the other guys go get home their money. Because my thing is, that's why I was a coach. I don't care much money in basketball, man. I'm the coach of the boss. If you play, you ain't hustling, you ain't playing hard like you should, I'm going to let you know. Not only that, I will bench you. If I have to bench you, because I'm the coach, I'll call him, so I don't give a damn how mad you get. I'm seeing how you're playing, I know you, and I know when you're hustling, I know when you're putting out work. And if you're not doing the work, you're going to sit on the bench.
All right, and that's what it is, man. I want to thank the OG for coming on Real Talk with Nick. Yes. Can you let them know who you are one more time before we sign off?
My name is Ivan, long-time Knick fan, and I'm going to die a Knick fan. But I'm just waiting for another championship.
Oh, man, you got to stay in shape for this one, baby.
Well, I think I will. God is good to me, man. Let me tell you something. I'll be 75 July the 21st. And I am on no medications.
God bless you, brother.
Yeah, God is good to me.
And so is Knicks.
I'll grow up.